Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Dusty and Dice. How y'all doing today? Take the glasses off. Hope y'all are doing well. Just mixing up the salad, you know, the apple walnut goodness. That is a loud bird. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I hope that bird's not doing that through this whole live. That'd be hilarious. It's gonna. I know it's gonna. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna try to ignore it. Maybe I can't. So, okay, I guess it stopped. You might hear stuff around me because I'm out in front of McDonald's. Got my Diet Coke. Got my apple walnut salad. Trying to lose this weight. Say, all right, Dusty, what's the topic today? Today, the topic is game or games, okay? As in, is it better to focus in on one game, or is it better to learn a bunch of different games? Do you like master one role-playing game, or do you dabble in a bunch of different role-playing games? Which one do you do? So, first off, let's take focusing in on one role-playing game. Let's talk the pros and cons of that. Pro, you know, and we're gonna say that the games are all in print, okay? Out of print games, we're not talking about that. In print games, the pro of focusing on one in print game rather than playing several different role-playing games. First pro of playing a single role-playing game rather than multiple role-playing games is that you only have to buy the core rule books for one game. You only have to learn one game system, okay? You can go deep with this one game. You know what I mean? You're not spreading your time amongst different games. You can really get in and read this rule book cover to cover and really dig into the minutia, the rules, see rules lawyer rulings, you know what I mean, online about topics that aren't entirely clear in the book. I mean, you could really become like an expert on that one role-playing game. Also, if you're focusing on one role-playing game, it's not really a question of, hey, what are we going to play tonight? Or, hey, what game is the campaign going to be in next? You know what I mean? Because it's already decided. We play this game, whatever that game is. You know, Cyberpunk, Pathfinder, whatever it is. You know, that's the game we played. We don't play any other games. We just play that game, whatever it is. You know, it's already decided. And, you know, when supplements and stuff come out for that one game, you're probably picking them up. And, but you're only buying stuff for one game. And those supplements are helping you go deeper and expand the game that you are focused in on. Okay. Cons of only playing one role-playing game. Well, the first one's kind of obvious, is that it may get old after a while. You may want something different after a while. What's up to everybody in chat? You know, if it's a strictly fantasy game, or if it's a strictly futuristic game, you know, campaign after campaign after campaign after campaign in that setting may start to get a little old. And you'll have to find ways to keep that fresh. And maybe that's where the supplements come into play, maybe some home brewing. You know, or maybe you're the one that wants to focus in on this one game, and the rest of your party wants to try something else. Well, now you have like a split. You have a split in your own party because you want to stay with one game, they want to try other games. Okay? So there's nothing wrong with focusing in on one game. I want to say that. There's nothing wrong with that, and if that's your jam, go for it. You dig what I'm saying? You want to become an expert on this one game? Do it. But, you know, realize that may not be everybody's path. Realize the pros and cons of that path. And if you're down for it, go for it. You dig what I'm saying? Also, if you're focused in on one game, if it comes out with a new edition, like from first edition to second edition, or second edition to third edition, whatever, you got to make a decision. Do you focus in on the edition that you have and that you've invested in, or do you update? Make that decision. So, now let's talk about playing multiple games, multiple role-playing games. What's the pros of playing multiple role-playing games? Well, you don't become an expert in one role-playing game because your attention is spread out across multiple role-playing games. But your breadth of games and gaming experience you bring with you to any game that you play or run. Okay? And I have to say that this is more where I fall. I like to play multiple role-playing games rather than just focusing in on one. But your breadth of role-playing games helps you whenever you run any role-playing game. Some background noise, sorry. So you play this one game and it's very mechanical and it's very calculated, and you got to figure out XP budgets, and you got to build encounters by the numbers. You go to this other one and it's really lightweight and narrative and story focused and story first type stuff. Go to this other one and it's kind of like a mix between the two, and you read this one's core rule book and it has an excellent GM section, and you read this one's core rule book and it has a so-so GM section, but it has this one chapter that is just bonkers that you can take with you in it no matter what game you're playing. You know what I mean? So even though you play multiple different games, you can take the bits and pieces that are golden from those games and apply it to pretty much the any game that's in front of you. Okay. And obviously another pro to play multiple games is you get to try out different games. You get to try out different systems. You get to try out different settings. You know, you're not stuck just playing a fantasy game or a sci-fi game. You get to play a little bit of everything. You get to play some modern horror. You get to play, you know, post-apocalyptic, Weird West, whatever it is. You know what I mean? I got a giant chunk of apple in my salad. Giant chunk. So, what are the cons? What are the cons to playing multiple role-playing games? There are a few. Well, one, you're not an expert on a single game. You have a wide range of knowledge, but it's not a very deep knowledge of one game, okay? So, you may know the rules well enough to play, but you're probably not answering in-depth rules questions. Also, it can get expensive. I mean, if you got to buy a $50 core rulebook for that game, $60 core rulebook for that game, $150 worth of 3 core rulebooks for that game, it gets expensive. You dig what I'm saying? Also, you know, you're going to have to learn a whole new game. You're going to have to learn a whole new system. What's up to everybody in the chat? And not just you, but everybody you're playing with is going to have to learn a whole new system. Does your whole group really want to learn a whole new system? You know, they don't have to know it, you know, first to last page, but they're going to have to know it well enough to play. Let me give you a tip on that, by the way. If you want to, like, start learning a new role-playing system, I picked this up from my cousin. He told me, you know, learn how to do like a skill check or an ability check or whatever in the game, and make a character, do a skill ability check, and do a combat. I think, oh, got a truck starting. I think that's what he said. I know he said make a character, do a combat. Maybe I added the ability check in there. But yeah, once you make a character, do an ability check, and do a mock combat, sorry about the truck. You've learned a good chunk of the system just making a character, doing a skill check, and doing a combat. You've learned a large chunk of the rules just doing that. Learning the ability check, how to make a character ability check, and combat. Learning that stuff. After that, the rest of a system is kind of downhill. You know what I mean? You know, if it's got psionics or whatever, you know, you're gonna have to kind of pick up that. But learning those three things: how to make a character, how to do an ability check, and how to do combat. Or, you know, you get that, and you can at least start a game. Let's see. Another con to learning multiple games. Choices. You ever get analysis paralysis? You ever have too many choices? You know what I mean? That can happen, man. You know, people are like, hey, we want to play something. You're looking at your shelf and you're like, oh man, we could do this, we could do that, we could do X, we could do Y. Which one are we gonna do? Anyway, just some thoughts on whether to play one game or multiple games. Let me know in the comments, you know, what you do. Do you do one game? Do you play multiple games? What I do is I play multiple games, but I like to focus in on a small set. Like, these are my core set of games. And that, like Cypher System, Index Card RPG, I'm gonna be dabbling in, you know, and we'll see what else gets thrown in the mix. But I'm gonna have like my core games, and then anything outside of that, that's just extra, that's just gravy. But those core games, I focus in on more. So I guess I'm actually kind of halfway between playing one game and playing multiple games. I play multiple games, but I have a core set of games that I focus in on, and then the extra ones are kind of like, oh, I picked up this quick start, you know, maybe I'll run it once or twice. You know what I mean? But it's nothing that I'm going to get serious into. But, you know, I got Index Card RPG, and then I got a supplement for it called Altered State, which gives you like the cyberpunk setting for Index Card RPG. I don't know when I'm gonna play it or run it, but I really want to. It looks super cool. Kind of gives me like Akira vibes, if you've ever seen that anime. So I look forward to that, but it's gonna be a while. I mean, unfortunately, like I only get to role play once every other week, and right now I'm enjoying being a player. And so even though I have this game that I really want to get into, you know, Altered State Index Card RPG, I'm also enjoying my time not behind the screen and just getting to roll dice and come play one character. Even though I'm incredibly impatient, you know, and I'm used to always being on. I'm incredibly impatient, and I gotta kind of reel that back. But I am enjoying not being behind the screen, not having the pressure of prepping a game over me, and just coming to the game and playing and having fun, telling some jokes, good or bad. You know what I mean? But man, my eyesight is getting bad. I think I'm gonna have to get like bigger dice with bigger numbers, because man, it's getting hard for me to read numbers on a dice. I'm getting old. Guess that happens. Anyway, hope y'all got something from my rambling. If not, maybe the next rambling. If not, keep watching the ramblings. Eventually, there'll be something that helps you. Maybe. But I hope you all have a blessed day. It's a beautiful day. And I hope y'all are doing well, doing okay. Times are tough right now. So take care of yourself, take care of others, pray. Okay? Hey, it's Dusty and Dice, and y'all know the line. If you don't, you're about to know it. Grab some friends and roll some dice, bruh.